a movie with somebody and at the exact same time they're getting all weepy, you're like, this is hilarious? That's because images and sounds affect us all in different ways. To understand why, you'd have to take a peek inside the brain. And that's exactly what we're going to do. I'm at the Applied fMRI Institute to get my brain scanned. You've heard of MRIs, short for magnetic resonance imaging. Doctors use them to look at the soft tissues inside the body. But this is functional MRI, and it's all about one organ in particular, your noodle.
So far, it's been done in universities, entirely in universities. This is the first scanner here that's outside of a university.
Wow. Meet neurologist David Hubbard. He's pioneering the use of fMRI beyond the fields of medicine.
Well, one thing is lie detection.
Okay.
So that's something we're doing. And another is what's called neuromarketing.
Neuromarketing studies consumers' sensory, cognitive, and emotional responses to marketing stimuli to learn why we make the decisions we do. And if that sounds like they're trying to read your mind, well, they are, sort of.
Normally it's used in hospitals to look at anatomy, to see if someone has a brain tumor.
Okay.
But this equipment takes a picture every 2 seconds instead of just a single picture, and so you can see the activity of the brain. Normally, loud sounds, flashing lights, jumping things will activate. You'll see activation in the visual cortex or the hearing cortex. But there's another part of the brain that has to do with meaning, personal meaning, your sense of importance to you. That's the area that I find most fascinating.
Identifying what evokes meaning sounds awesome. But what's it have to do with movies? Say hello to neuromarketing exec Devin Hubbard, David's son.
We take the brain reaction to certain stimuli, such as movie trailers, and we find out what areas of the brain are activating when, and that tells us what parts of the trailer or product are most activating and most engaging and which parts aren't.
So who are your clients exactly? Studios?
We have representatives in studios, trailer production companies, and entertainment market research companies.
So what do you do after you have this information? Do you like recut the trailer to make it more emotionally effective? Is that the idea?
We have other products such as trailer ad re-editing, where we can take the parts that cause activation, remove the parts that cause deactivation, and edit what's left into a coherent whole.
Wow. This is the cutting-edge convergence of art and science right here.
Yes, it is.
So, I'm gonna go in that thing. That thing is a magnet 30,000 times more powerful than Earth's gravity.
That's so strong, it would take your camera equipment and pull it right out of their hands.
And it's going to watch me watching a movie trailer, the OG Night of the Living Dead, to gauge my level of interest. How's it work? Simply put, the magnet tracks hemoglobin, the iron-rich protein that makes your blood red. When hemoglobin transfers oxygen to your tissues, a tiny change occurs in the hemoglobin's magnetic field. So basically, when your brain cells call for more oxygen, this big brother can see it. Shouldn't this be buried in a hatch on the island from Lost or something? Is it dangerous in any way?
It is completely surrounded by copper and completely surrounded by steel, and you cannot bring your equipment beyond a certain point.
Because it is very dangerous. So basically, we just got to make sure that you don't have any metal on your person, which means wallet, phone, belt, earrings, necklace, anything like that. Any piercing of any kind cannot go into the scanner.
Good thing I decided to hold off on the belly button bling. Oh, I gotta take my mic off. In a world, one geek must face a magnet 30,000 times more powerful than Earth's gravity. They will look inside his brain, and what they uncover may shock them all. Uh-oh, you guys are gonna find out I like chick flicks. By the way, that contraption on my head isn't a screen, but a mirror that reflects a projection of the trailer. And if I get claustrophobic, I've got an emergency I'm a wuss get me out of here squeeze ball. Yeah, like I'll need that.
Okay, now we're about to run the scan. Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
How are you feeling in there? Do you feel claustrophobic at all, or does it feel okay?
I feel a little bit nervous, honestly, but I'm definitely ready to watch some, movie trailers.
Okay, it's gonna be 5 minutes long. Here we go.
First up, I see an image of a very boring crosshair. My reaction to it will be compared to everything else. I need to watch the trailer 3 times for them to collect the data. Any less, and the scan won't work.
We're getting a break here for 16 seconds, so his brain will be fresh for the next time, for the last time it's shown.
And who figured that out? Is that something you guys...
This is fMRI standard.
15 years
for
of
15
research.
years. Okay, Nar, is something wrong? You want me to come in there and get you?
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on. Here, let me do it. Okay, bringing you out. Bringing you down.
Well, I definitely, when I went in there, I was like pretty calm, and I'm like feeling, oh, this is, not bad. I'm just like, in a bunk bed or something. And then what really happened to me was a physical change that just kind of came out of nowhere. It's like my heart started pounding. I'm like, why is my heart pounding right now? Honestly, I was afraid of vomiting all over your equipment.
30%.
I was like, oh, dude, I don't want to ruin a $2 million magnet.
Yeah, well, I mean, 30% of people get claustrophobic. I mean, it's just human nature. So, there's always a certain percentage of people that just won't like being in there. But there was a 5-minute structural scan at the end that just does deep anatomy scans, and that without that, we can't analyze the data at all. And what's...
Oh my gosh, I cannot believe it. And I was like at least halfway through, right? It turns out that out of the hundreds they've scanned at Applied fMRI, only 2 have pressed the eject button. I was one of them. And without the last part of the scan, mine's worthless. Fortunately, one of our crew members, Joe, volunteers to take one for the team. Go get him, brother.
All right. Now sit back. Okay, here we go.
On the arrows, plus and minus. Yeah, don't go too fast.
Joe, how'd it go, man? Good. Very good.
Yeah.
Congratulations. You're not in the 0.00003% that freak out. It's an exclusive club. All right, David, so now that Joe has successfully made it through the fMRI, so now what's next? We get to look at it, right?
Right.
These stills of Joe's brain are an average of his reaction to the trailer screenings. For gray matter, they're pretty darn colorful.
So blue means those areas of the brain were less active than looking at a crosshair. Red, yellow means more active. Here's the area that just quickly lit up most, and that is the visual cortex. So that makes sense. So in general, the frontal lobes are cool, because that's where executive function is.
Would it be like analyzing data and making decisions and problem solving?
Exactly.
So what's the executive function in Joe's brain telling us?
He was bored to tears.
Looks like it. Unlike yours truly, nothing phases Joe. Not even a horde of hungry zombies. And to prove it, check out how different his brain reaction was from the noggin of someone they scanned before we got here. But it's not like there's a wrong answer here. At Applied fMRI, it's all about figuring out what makes individuals tick, not just averaging together a focus group.
I think what we're sort of pioneering is, no, let's really zero in on individual brain reactions, not try to get big group averages.
And it doesn't seem to me like you guys are coming up with some kind of generic formula for a good trailer.
I would never take the scientific data and have it completely supersede any impression that I personally had. If a shot that I really felt was activating to me, I would think twice before moving it just purely on scientific brain reaction.
There you have it. You just had a tour of the only place in the world using fMRI research to recut movie trailers. Now I gotta get out of this office chair. It's making me claustrophobic.